Welcome to Happiness Matters Podcast Edition. I'm Goddess Valentina, the Healing Goddess. I have a passion and quest to help anyone whose heart is open to receive enlightenment, love, and just a heartfelt message. I will continue to add to the universe light and inspiration for the people. When you feel better, you do better. I want to talk to you today about all of this spiritual, metaphysical messages. You know, everyone has some messages that they have to give out, including myself. Where is this coming from? Where is this documented in the books? I want to read books. Now, there's a lot of books on, metaphysics and spirituality. There's a lot of information on there, but where are people getting this stuff from is the question that I get. And let me tell you something. The universe has intelligence. And when you cleanse yourself spiritually, when you work on blockages, when you work on elevating your energy field, when you work on shifting people out of your life and moving into when you're like in your divine path, and you're on it, and you are open to receive, and you are very inward and not outward, and you can feel and you can send to yourself, your spiritual gifts will start to open. And there's so much information, and we are all have access to this information. Every last person on this earth, if you choose to open it. And it's just about those things. So, once you can do this, then you start getting downloads. It's amazing. I get downloads in the shower. My divine blessings come early in the morning. So when I wake up early and I'm just sitting there, next thing you know, I'm just getting these ideas. And I'm just like, oh my God. And so I always have to have a notebook next to me. And in showers, I get ideas and visions. My husband gets ideas in the shower. And he gets also, the divine starts working through him when he starts walking. When he starts walking, he gets the best ideas, for his life. And it's just amazing how, it works. Some people do exercise, some people do singing, it comes in all different kinds of ways. And you can be a part of it too, like we need more people receiving this, intelligence, so we can have more valuable information, to the people. I could say the same thing, and so can 10 other people, but maybe you receive it better from me than the other 9 people, or maybe you don't receive it better from me and you receive it better from the other 9 people. It's just getting the message out there, and you could see how deep someone is spiritually. And then there's people that are really high up, and I have no idea what they're talking about. They're so wide open, and it just sounds like they're just rambling, and they talk really fast, and they're just open, and it's just the information is coming down so quickly, and they're just trying to get it out as much as possible. But there's people that are open like that are that open too, that can receive that, and I'm still, I get all of it, sometimes a little bit too complicated for me. I like to keep it simple right now, and to just deliver very, just heartfelt, clear message as best as possible. But yes, for me, what started to open me up was Reiki. I am Reiki level 2. I don't practice Reiki for my own personal reasons, but I was opened. So if you interested in that route, Reiki is an interesting way to go. But I would really advise, and you would hear this on different channels, as for Reiki, I would really advise to really look at your life, look at people around you, look at your behaviors and things, and really just know that you should be very cleansed and a very, very, very optimistic. You need to be placed in your life. You need to be a place of like feeling, a place of love and compassion. It's not good to start Reiki if you're not in those places, because you become open and then you bring yourself, that you will draw in that kind of energy where you are, can be very dangerous. And that's why we're closed. That's why we're shielded and closed. And so there's different ways to have your gifts open. And it's just by opening your heart, releasing grudge, releasing judgments, releasing any kind of strongholds that you have in your heart, releasing the anger, releasing the wrath, and feeling the love. And once you do that, it just starts to flow, and a lot of times we go teeter totter back and forth. Sometimes our lives take over and we are just not connected. We're just trying to, hang on to what we have going on. But I just want to advise that, if you went the Reiki route, I just had a dream. I was doing gong therapy and I saw myself working with people, and I was, I was a healer, with the Reiki, and I saw actually physically, I was sitting down on a bench watching myself, and I said to myself, oh my goodness, and I found a really wonderful person, but it opened me up too much, and it actually frightened me. I was feeling too much all over, it was to the point where I went, and this, I'm not a crazy person, but it's so honest and true. I went into ShopRite and they have a little flower section, and I actually heard the plants sing. They had their little song and they were just so happy being together. And I said to myself, oh my God, if I have a plant, I will always have two, because they were just so joyous together and it brought me so much joy. And I could hear, the trees, I could hear their language, and I was just way too open. I was also feeling people with bad energy, bad element, like I wanted to throw up. It's just way too much, especially if you don't have a really good instructor to help you step by step. I would say be careful at all costs. And I was jumping at everything, and my husband could tell you if he was on here, he would say, because when I went to go visit him in Morocco, they have a lot of cats, and I would jump and jump and jump, and their energy would just make me just jump to where almost I knocked down the table. There was like some shrimps, some kind of seafood that was alive on this platter, and the guy was moving it, bringing next to me, and I screamed in the restaurant. Like I was having kind of, I don't know, it was just disturbing because I wasn't myself. Everything was affecting me at level 2. And so level 1 is really beautiful. But level 2 took it to another level. And I said, I can't. And this is the reason why we're shielded like this. And there's different ways of doing it. I just had a vision. And so that's why I did it. Normally, I was also, my energy was flowing. My inspiration was flowing naturally anyway. And so it just opened me up. So what I did was I was in Agadir in Morocco, and I asked God to heal me and to seal me back up. And I asked for forgiveness. And I went into the ocean and I allowed the water to engulf me. And just like that, I was sealed. I was a normal person again. I wasn't jumping anymore, and my spirit was calm and peaceful. And I am so grateful and thankful. And so I really don't advise about opening up. My energy was flowing before that. I just wasn't conscious of it. But Reiki 1, anyone could be Reiki 1, and Reiki 1 is just learning, feeling the energy flow through you, but we also have to be careful, like, I could talk a lot about Reiki, but I'm not in this message. So I just wanted to talk about, where does the intelligence come from? And we get downloads all the time, but do we act on them? That's the sin of it all, when we don't act and these things come to us and we just say, okay, and it just goes from one ear to another. And sometimes there's thoughts that sound just like our voice. Yes, that is the divine inspiration coming through. And you should write this stuff down in meditation if something comes to you, in prayer if something comes to you, just if you're daydreaming and something comes to you. That's it. That's when you're at that place of stillness where the information can start downloading. Also, copper. I just purchased some copper wire, and I just made like a halo, and I just put around my head, and I attached some crystals to it. Oh my God, the energy that I was getting. First, I felt like my whole head was vibrating, but as I was in meditation, so much stuff was coming to me. So I really need more people a part of this game. There's a lot of us, but we need more, especially in the state of this world today. We need people to really start using their gifts that's given to us and to really bring forth more light, more love, and we just there's so many wonderful people out here, and on YouTube, I've met such great, phenomenal human beings that I would never meet in my circle. So, and just reach out to them, ask them questions, and they will answer. They're so kind, it's what we need to do. And to preserve this planet, it's so many disgusting people out here that are doing really horrific things. And, we have power too. It's just that we are not taught to open it, to channel it, in the correct ways. You know what I mean? Where we don't cause harm, because our aura always needs to be shielded, always. And it's protection for dangerous energies out there. And there's no reason to be open. You don't want to feel that stuff out there. It can make you go crazy feeling everything like that. And I was getting there and terrified, to say the least. So crystals are number one. If you want to start with receiving intelligence, crystals. First you really need to cleanse yourself. I think that's so important to really work on that. And I talk a lot about that, even if it's like a weekly sea salt bath, and work on your behaviors. If you're gossiping, if you're lying, if you, are just not being a nice person, if you're just doing a lot of shitty behavior, you need to stop that also, because it prevents you from blockages. If you have hate in your heart, if you have grudges, if you have things that you refuse to let go, you need to have peace running through there. Peace needs to run through that to wash all that stuff down. And once you do that, those gifts will come, inspiration will come, and next thing you know, you'll be inspired to leave messages like this, or create something, make music, whatever. We need more creation. We need more messages. We need more beauty. We need more love, just let go, and I'm so glad YouTube was created and all these other channels where people have a platform, because you see how many people on YouTube, they have so much to share. And if you're listening, you have so much to share. And, crystals is the number one place. And yes, there's a lot of information. You could buy books and everything. But just like what everyone is saying, it's a connection. They say you should buy the crystals, face to face, but I'm not near a crystal shop. So I have to look at the pictures and I just go with my energy flow. I'm like, this is what I need. This is what I want, and sometimes I just get inspiration and then boom, go, purchase a selenite crystal. I'm just like, okay, why? But just do it, and don't question it. Just go with the flow and just do it. And when you do it, everything else would just open up, boom, 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 boom. And you're just like, wow, you just get out of your headspace, stop thinking about things and just flow with things. We're just so over analytical and, non-trusting and fear-based, and we just block ourselves down, and then we want to be super critical of people who are leaving messages, who are doing wonderful spiritual things. It's just in our divine nature, yeah. I'm just saying, we need you. We need you. Join the forces with us, and helping people, inspire people. People just want a loving message. People are just so generous with that. You know what I mean? And you don't need to be recruiting all your friends or any of that kind of stuff. This is an individual thing. If your friends are on the same path, they'll come along, or they'll just block you and they'll move along their way, because not everybody is ready to launch and to open when you are. But I would start with, I would have, I would have black obsidian to work with. But you got to do it bit by bit, because it's the truth stone within yourself. So you'll be releasing a lot. It's a great purifier of the cells and soul, of releasing those deep subconscious, deep rooted things. I would always have amethyst, wonderful for that elevated divine energy. Really great connections. And really great cleansing tool. You feel very relaxed with amethyst. If you run it around if you comb your aura and your energy fields, you start to become very relaxed and your energy will be heightened. Quartz crystal is always necessary to have. It's an amplifier. So if you're mad or whatever, don't hold it, because you'll be more angry or whatever. So, but it's always good. You need that in your toolbox, your crystal toolbox. I love selenite, the yellow stone. I just find it so powerful for me. I'm just drawn to the sun, sunflowers. I'm drawn to yellow is not my favorite color, but as for energy color, I'm very drawn to yellow. Very radiant, sun-kissed yellow. And so I have a big selenite crystal there, turquoise, lapis lazuli. There's so many wonderful crystals, but you'll fall in love with them and they'll be your best friends. And people are like, oh, what does this mean? When you cleanse them, with your sea salt, and you put them in the sun and the moon light, and you just let them hang out around you, they'll start calling you. It's an energy thing. So our bodies are energy, right? So when our bodies need certain energy, your body will tell you. When your body needs a certain type of energy, it will start to draw you to that crystal. Just like a good example is a food trigger. Say if you're like if people who are emotional eaters or something, or craving, say you just, at that moment, you're just craving ice cream, or you're just craving some chips, or you just want some really crunchy French fries. Your body's triggering something and you go towards that. Same thing with crystals. Same thing. And as you walk with them, work with them, and work on clearing, have a spirit of gratitude and love flowing through you, I assure you, you'll be good to go. A lot of us have a lot of layers to us. And this healing work and this inspiration work and all the stuff that we're doing out here, we've all have taken the time of clearing many, many layers, and it's taking us years. This is not just a 1, 2, 3 thing. If that would be a child, that would be an infant. You know what I mean? So we're working on, DNA. We're working on, past life regression. We're working on, all kinds of stuff. Like, I didn't even know any of this stuff existed 3, 4 years ago. I didn't if I had knew that I was talking all this stuff, I'm just like, what? Really? It's just amazing. So we need to constantly work on that to lighten our spirituality, and whatever, lighten us up, so we can start to absorb the spirituality. So any spiritual text that we read, holy text we read, will be more seeds deeper into us, and we will start to blossom all of those words. And so it's hard to do that when we're blocked, when we have fear, when we're terrified, when we have all these anxieties about things. It's just crazy. We need to release and let go and let the flow begin. You know what I mean? So this is where all these messages come from. And and sometimes there's just no books, on certain things. It's just experience. Everything I talk about, I've experienced every single thing. And so I talk to you about all of my experiences and the pros and cons of things. If you want me to talk about my take on Reiki, I will. I think it was nice to have that feeling flowing through. It was a nice feeling, but you can get that feeling also by thinking of something positive in your life, thinking of something that brings you so much joy. You know, that feeling is easily you can flow through, and so I'm completely sealed, and I'm very happy just to be just a regular healing goddess. And but I have such divine love in my heart, and I've always have. But I've had dark periods. I had very dark patches, and you know, I wasn't around any of these type of messages because I definitely would have reached out. The only thing I was reaching out was this people called Silent Unity, and they pray for you 24 hours a day. And I just called them all day long, asking for prayers. And I tell you, those prayers really did bless me. They really did. I really needed those prayers. They really helped me. And now, I give that number out to people, and every now and then I do call them too, but I'm really good with now channeling my energy to where I need it to go. And I'm working on getting it stronger and better, getting past, my small things I still need healing with as well. But think about it, like, divine inspiration, we all have that. We just have to be open to it. And these are just great ways to start you to be opened, to it, So I hope this message was helpful. And these are just my experiences. But there's a lot of people that are talking about the same things I'm talking about. And it's very true. And I'm a protector of people. I'm like a guardian. And I love energy, and I love people, and I love people to be protected, because people are doing some really, disgusting things out there. And why should we be, injured by this stuff? Let's be protected and shielded, and let's move on, and let's do what we need to do, and let's be powerful. Let's be radiant, and let's just do what we have to do. Stick to the light, and the light will never fail you. Never. There's always reasons for everything, and it's the big divine purpose of it all. And our parts are the string that weave it all together. Anyway, thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you in the next message. Bye. Oh, I have a very wonderful healing shop. It's on Etsy.com. It's Happiness Matters 88. If you search for Happiness Matters 88, you'll see my shop on Etsy.com. And it's an energy healing shop for all types of healing. And you will be really, it's a very high vibrational site with the highest angelic energy. So you need to take a look at it if you like, and it will really help you get you on your way. I also do readings and stuff like that. I'm going to be incorporating more readings. So I just enjoy all of this, and I work with God and the angels. I ask for the angels to be with me, and guide me. And so we always are getting the best. You know what I mean? So anyway, I love you guys, and take care, and talk to you soon. Bye.